Hey everyone, how are you guys doing tonight, today, wherever you are tuning in from? I hope that all is going swell with you and your family, even during these interesting times, right? Okay, so for those of you just finding me, my name is Jane Collins and I do health and wellness and chemical-free living. And tonight we're going to chat about on Wellness Wednesday. That's what we're tuning in for. We're going to kind of continue the talk about the skin and how important it is to pay attention to what your skin is showing you. Like I know on Monday I mentioned this, and I have my book, one of the books that I use. This is the Ultimate Balance. So this talks about chakra, talks about energy centers, and it also talks about Chinese medicine, which is like the opposite organ and all of those things. And I know I mentioned it, so I have it turned to a page that talks specifically about opposite organs. But then we also have triplets and quadruplets. So the body is amazing, and it's also very interesting just how it works. It's this prime thing. Just think about it. We don't have to think about how we're breathing. We just breathe, right? Okay, well, I hope that helps. We're going to make sure that we get into the toxins, because I know I mentioned a few, and I want to keep rolling with that so that you guys get little tidbits of what you need to be avoiding. And remember to check your ingredients. See, this is one of the Savvy Minerals palettes, which I'll show you more later, but there's ingredients on the back. Everything you have has ingredients on it. This one has ingredients as well. So it's very important. This is kind of, I'm not going to worry about that. But there are ingredients, and you can easily look it up online as well. These are like the old style. This is one of the older colors. This is Determined. And now we have our beautiful palettes, which I'll show you more in a little bit. Like I said, toxins. What are we looking for? What are we trying to avoid? So this is actually one clump, but it's avobenzene, oxybenzene, E-camsul, and ococrylene are often found in sunscreens and are shown to be harmful to coral reefs. Oxybenzene can be particularly harmful to reefs and can disrupt human hormonal systems. So our hormones. Our hormones are so huge, you guys. Our hormones help so many things in our body systems, and they actually work with other systems in our bodies. So if you have anything really going on, look at your endocrine system, which is your hormones, okay? And chat with me. You know my contacts all below. And Hawaii has banned the oxybenzone, the avobenzone, all of those ingredients. And it's the first state to ban it to help keep the coral reefs ecosystem thriving. That's how important it is. So butylated hydroxysols, BHA, right? So BHA or butylated hydroxyluene, BHT, so either BHA or BHT, extends the shelf life of a product, but is said to, again, disrupt hormonal function. Again, that endocrine system is so huge. Not only is it huge for our immune system, it is huge for our immune system, it's also very important for our mood. And our mood and our attitude towards life is also going to affect what's getting back to us. So we have to be really careful about that, okay? And we want to just make sure, oh, and just so you know, the EU has ruled it safe only to use in fragrances. So the awesome thing about Savvy Minerals is we are the new standard in clean beauty. It's a beautiful thing. We say no to over 2,500 toxic ingredients. Now, the EU does great. They are banning 1,328 ingredients. And the United States is far behind on this one, as they only ban currently 11 ingredients. I know there's a lot of other things going on, you guys, but if you're trying to protect your immune system, please look at your ingredients. That is going to help you and your body so much more. Okay? So take this seriously and look at your ingredients. Carmine is commonly used as a dye and is derived from dried female Cocos catty beetles. So, and you know what that's usually in? It's usually in lipstick. And guess what? When you have lipstick on, yeah, you're licking your lips or you're eating food, so you're consuming lipstick. Whether it's on purpose or not, it's not on purpose, it just happens, right? Because it's literally on our lips, and that's where we drink things, we eat things. I don't want beetles on my lips. I'm a vegetarian. No, don't. And then sometimes I'm more vegan, because the only thing I do is dairy and cheese. I know some of the vegans who are watching this might freak out. I am a vegetarian. Anyways, so yeah, no beetles, no thank you. I don't even think a lot of meat eaters, at least not in the US, are interested in having beetles on their lips. I'm good with that. Okay, so let's get to some of the cool, more awesome things, and then I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about organs. And this is the Natural Quartz palette. Let's see. So that's the Natural Quartz palette. Isn't that awesome and amazing, right? And you guys might say, oh, well, I'm not going to use it all. And you guys, you should also, it's either 6 months or 1 year. Let's just say 1 year, but I will have to get back to you guys on that. It's either 6 months or 1 year that you should have your eye palettes. That's it. So you're probably not going to use it all anyways. Okay? Unless you're like a stage makeup artist and you're like more like a clown or something. You're just not. I'm sorry. Or unless your daughter gets into it, or one of your kids, daughter or sons, who knows. Kids are just kids. You probably won't use it all in a year. So don't, it's okay. This is our beautiful Royal Winter. Aren't those some amazing colors? Look at that blue. And it comes with a tiny eyeshadow brush. All of them come with a tiny eyeshadow brush. I have the other brushes, but I think that's great because you might not have your set of brushes. So, good thing I don't have makeup on today. I started itching. Okay, so this one has Jewel, Grace, Unwind, and Enchanted. And it's beautiful colors. I mean, I love that blue. And that blue is actually really good for my eyes. And a lot of these other colors are great for blue eyes, for sure. Especially the silver. And the Unwind is like a matted, like purple. But it's matte. It's really more like a lavender or a lilac. It's a very light purple, as you saw. And then, again, going back to that Natural Quartz. So that Dragonfly right here is a matted, deeper purple. And then we have like Blast, which is a little bit of a shimmery. Petal is another matte. And Bliss is the dark shimmer. You guys can mix and match and use both of these palettes. Again, it's either 6 months or a year, and you should really get rid of your eye makeup. Yeah, I think it's well worth it. If you put on, actually, I should have probably done the math. Maybe I'll have to add that for next time. I was going to say, if you put on the price of these and how much makeup, if you put it on every day, I was going to put the price per, but like per usage. Anyways, to the next thing. We're going to briefly talk about some of the amazing items in our organs. So I'm just going to tell you guys a few different ones. So this is kidneys, and then there's the large intestines. So the kidneys are the opposite organ of the large intestines. Now what that means is if our large intestines needs a little bit of help processing food, it's going to pull energy from the kidneys, and or vice versa. If the kidneys aren't running well, it's going to pull energy from the large intestines. I hope you guys can see, just from me briefly mentioning that and also talking about ingredients, how important it is to know your diet, stay hydrated, only eat organic, and make sure you're using the most pristine products on your skin and to clean your house. Okay? Another one I'm going to quickly mention, and then I'm going to close this one out, and we'll chat again later on Monday for sure. Or you can find me on my Facebook page, and all that info is below, and I do videos there as well. So the bladder is another one, and the opposite organ of the bladder is the lungs. And there's also time frames with these. So that's another thing. Like, for example, if I was getting tired between 3 and 5 p.m., which is the bladder's like prime peak, if I was getting tired and run down of energy, that means that there's something going on with either my bladder or my lungs. One of those two organs is not working properly. So I need to make sure that I'm using my awesome essential oils and my supplements to really support that. And there's a list, and of course I can work with you to help you right now with the things that we're stressed out about, and our endocrine system and how important it is. And as you mentioned, or as you heard, two or three of those ingredients, and the word fragrance is just not good. You've heard me mention that, and I will continue to mention it. Don't use anything with the word fragrance. Avoid it. Even things that say that they're not fragrant, but you're down that aisle and you can still, like, no. The reason why is because it's going to disrupt your endocrine system. And like I mentioned, the endocrine system is so important for just so many things, but also your immune system. Look at your ingredients, pay attention to your body, pick the most pristine products ever, and always ask, even if it's a local and it's like your friend, ask them what it is that they're putting in their items. And if they can't tell you, or if they choose not to tell you, for me, that's a no-go. No, I need to know everything that I'm putting on and using around my body. So I hope that helps you guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in on Wellness Wednesday. We will see you next time. Have a great one. Bye-bye.